Hello, Mazzy here. This video is to thank you all for the music. Seriously, I appreciate everybody watching the channel, commenting on the videos, just enjoying my musical journey, my musical ride, historic, new, the whole kit and caboodle from way back 1964 when the Beatles came to 2022 to some of the releases that are coming out now. I really appreciate it. This video is a Thanksgiving video, thanking you all and doing a little shout out to some specific people who sent me packages recently. I'll get into that in a bit. If you want to know why I'm wearing this rain poncho, you have to wait to the end because there's something at the end that explains this. So I'm going to showcase some records that came in that were gifted to me with notes, and it warms my heart and I really appreciate it. Some of these records are records I know, some I don't know about, some I will gift forward, pass forward. I want to share this enjoyment with you, and that's what I've been trying to do the last almost 5 years now. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much, and thank you for watching, and stay to the end, and you can, and don't fast forward and cheat, just watch it, enjoy it, have a little fun. Ooh, that little light source, isn't that kind of cool? Stand by. So it stopped raining, so I took the slicker off, and wait till the end of this, and you'll see what all that is about. I'm wearing my Women in Vinyl t-shirt today. It's a great organization that supports the employment and the addition of more women in the record industry in terms of production of vinyl, whether it's mastering, pressing plants, art direction, sales, retail, anything to do with vinyl creation. And they have a great podcast. They have a site. Occasionally they have different edition t-shirts. Support them. I'll put a link below to them. I've been collecting records for 60 years, almost over 60 years. Jesus. I really enjoy all kinds of music and genres and everything. And during my record business stint for about 10 years, from 1973 to about 83, give or take, I'd get so many free records, promo records. When I worked in the stores, the promo people would come in, we go to, tickets to shows. It greased the wheel a little bit, but I would get literally hundreds of records every month. And that's why you see all these promo copies stamped. Also records I checked out, records I returned to the store. You sort of recycle your collection somewhat. You keep keeping more, so the percentage of what you return goes down. And that's part of the reason I have this massive collection, and I do appreciate it. And I've had friends that know me to this day that turn me on to music, sometimes records, compact discs. This is essentially a thank you video. I really thank you for watching. And a handful of people have been, a lot in the last couple of weeks, in the last month, and sending me some records. Some people I know. Sometimes I get these things out of the blue with no note and maybe an address, and sometimes not even a return address. And I have no idea who the person is and why they chose these records to send me. I haven't, to be honest, listened to everything here. Some of them I have. Obviously, if I've known the person or we've had some kind of connection, I get where they're coming from, so I probably listen to those records first. And some records I will keep here and some I will pass forward, because I think that's the thing to do, because it doesn't do anyone a service to leave the records, file them away just to have them. And I love turning people on to music. And sometimes it's something maybe I'm not into as much. And there's no shame to anyone if you turn someone on. I've given records to other people and they've said, do you mind if it's not really my thing, pass it on. And I think that's totally fine. So I'm gonna start with a person I've mentioned before several times, and this is Tom Rashan. Tom Rashan and I have known each other virtually for a number of years through business. He's an art director, designer. I've said before, he was a member of the Los Angeles Free Music Society, the kind of avant-garde, noise, experimental art, music movement in the 1970s out of Los Angeles, and it went beyond. He's designed some amazing projects and records there. Even his solo stuff's very experimental, very electronic, very performance-like. and really, really interesting. And his design covers are great too. He also worked as an art director in-house at Warner Brothers for years and at Capitol Records in the Tower for years. But ironically, all the times I went, I never met him in his position there. But he has sent me some things, and he just sent me another package in the last couple of weeks. And two things, first of all, that are wearables. Beach Boys Smile promo shirt from Capitol Records. If you know the anniversary edition of Smile, basically the edition, because it wasn't a record that was officially released and Brian Wilson pulled it together, and Capitol did several CD and vinyl issues, and Tom designed those issues. He designed the packaging on those. So really, this is really kind of cool to have this shirt. So this is from promo from the record company from Capitol when he worked there. And I thank you. And this is one, I guess I don't know if they did an anniversary edition, but of course, I love the Knack. Get the Knack. You know, the New Beatles, long in the line of the New Beatles. And obviously, this must have been an issue they did at some point, not way back, because I don't think he worked there that far back. He didn't, in fact. But Get the Knack t-shirt. So thank you for that. And they did this set of 10,000 lithographs. I guess these were sent out to retailers and radio and promo. But it's, of course, the famous photograph of the Beatles with the American flag. And it's a litho that Apple put out as a promotion, Capitol Apple. Thank you for that. It's great because he knows my interest in all things fab, the fabs. The 3 records he sent me. Now, usually when he sends me music, it is on the edge of things, out there, avant-garde, experimental. Some I get right into, and I really get, and some take a while, and some maybe not so much, and that's fine. This is a record, I don't think I ever heard this record, but I remember seeing this record, and this is one of those records 50 years ago. I think it's 1972 it came out, 71, 72, and this is One. That's his sticker, Los Angeles Free Music Society sticker. That's his art performance musical extravaganza. This looks pretty gnarly, doesn't it? But this is a promotional album, not for sale. Now, and the album is called Come. This is on Grunt Records. That Grunt Records is the imprint that the Jefferson Airplane had with an RCA. And I've said this before, RCA must have been the most friggin' patient people to put all the weird shit that Jefferson Airplane put out. I mean, obviously Hot Tuna, Jefferson Airplane, the early Starship projects, the Gray Slick, Manhole, I think Peter Kakkonen, Yorma's brother. They did a lot of weird stuff. I remember seeing this, and I had never heard this until this copy. This is basically like Godspell, Kumbaya, Bolinas, California, which is western Marin County, out by Point Reyes. Hippie shit. Some jammy guitar stuff. Some almost like the Polytechnic Spree, where it's like a cult record. This is like a friggin' cult record. Women voices, male voices. It's actually really, really. It's actually really cool. There's the inner sleeve. So I listened to it twice now, and I realized I've never heard it. I mean, this is one been around the world, sleeping around copy. One is the loneliest number. So thank you I think this is really interesting, and coming from San Francisco in the Bay Area, I'm kind of happy to have this in my collection. Next is Derek Bailey, primitive guitar player. I like primitive guitar, a la Sandy Bull, John Fahey. Leo Kottke's probably on the edge of that. He's probably the more commercial of those guys. Peter Walker, is that right? But this is an album that actually Tom designed, and this is an issue from all these tapes that Ingus Records put out, which is the Derek Bailey's music. It came, I think, originally on 7-inch reel tapes back in the early 70s, out there guitar. Now, this is a very sort of frenetic, it's the more out there than any primitive guitar record I've ever heard. It's just like, it's almost as if someone who picked up a guitar who's never played guitar in their life and made a record. Now, I'm kind of kidding in that. There's a certain kinetic, did I say that twice? Beauty to this, and it's really out there. You have to be in the mood for this because it's on the edge of those acoustic guitar steel strings that are plucky, that are kind of very angular. But it is a cool record. Again, Tom put this together. There you go. Thank you, Tom, for that. We'll phone you. Now this is really cool, and I haven't found out when this is recorded. I reached out to him, and I think he hasn't checked his answering machine yet. But this is a band from, I think, Massachusetts, and he designed this cover as well. This is called Frozen Corn. This is like freak folk record, and this is really cool. Very lo-fi folk music. I think it's 2 artists, mainly 2 guitar players, maybe. Don't know all the details of the band, but Tom Rashan is also a potter. He works on does pottery and ceramics, and he designed these ceramics and designed the cover. So this is a beautiful embossed Frozen Corn cover. I love this package, and I really liked it. I played this a few times, and I really kind of liked it. Give you a little taste of the label there. Very simple, but really lovely, really beautiful. Frozen Corn. 3 people in the group. Okay, 3 people in the group. From the anyone knows more about this, please chime in, because this is very new to me. But that is what came in from Tom Rashan. Thank you. Our friend Rob the Wax sent me some records that, you know, he's the boomer scalper that picks up things. And there's some things that I wanted that I acquired from him. One is the Janice Long session, and I don't remember exactly what this session is, but I'm a huge fan of Sandy Shaw. She's one of the 60s pop blue-eyed, I don't want to even say blue-eyed soul, not like Dusty Springfield, but in that time period. She was huge in the UK, never really broke here, but she's this iconic just singer, had some hits back in England in the mid-late 1960s. Also artists like Lulu, Jackie DeShannon, who was actually American, right? Anyway, part of that group of singers from the UK, and I'm really a fan of this stuff. So this is an EP. This is 4 songs. These were recorded in 1986. Sandy Shaw, of course, also recorded later on with the Smiths. Also got this is one that I have never had on vinyl, and I'm happy to have this. And this is the Sugar Cubes, obviously the Icelandic group, led in terms of vocalist by Bjork. So I love this record. I've always liked this record. I only have it on CD, so thank you for that. And then a couple things that are record store day. I think I have one actually on the turntable, so I forgot it. But Jonathan Richmond and the Modern Lovers, Jonathan Sings. Ironically, Tom Rashan did the lettering for this issue. Omnivore is the label that's issuing some of these for record store day. Big fan of Jonathan Richmond, if you don't know the Modern Lovers, Roadrunner, and he was in Something About Mary that Troubadour sings throughout the film. But I love him. Very quirky sense of humor, folkish, folk pop in a way. And this one I haven't listened to yet. This is another one, Modern Lovers Live, back on vinyl again. So Omnivore is doing a whole series of these albums from Jonathan Richmond. So thank you, Rob the Waxed. Wait. Okay, sometimes I get a box of records, and I'm not quite sure why this person sent me records, and I do appreciate it. And I can't remember, I'm sorry to say, I can't remember if he reached out to me to get my address or how this came about. But David R. from Kentucky sent me some things. He sent me these 2 CDs, and I haven't listened to these yet. I've had this pile of records for the longest here, and I just haven't playing in CDs lately, like getting runs of CDs. Stephen Yorkie. Anybody know about Stephen Yorkie? These are from 2003, so the early 2000s. This, I'm always interested in the later period. This is 1982, and I haven't heard this record. Big fan of Smokey Robinson, so definitely this is going to be on my turntable. I acquired a lot of Smokey and Motown stuff from the Coleman collection. So I'm looking forward to this. And I never know about there's certain artists in the 80s from Motown. Some did very well and successful, and some not so much. So I'm really curious about this record too. So this is going to be played right after the holiday here. I'm looking forward to this. Phil Manzanera, of course. I know Phil Manzanera from Roxy Music and that live album with the train. The live album with the train on the cover. Kevin Godley on backing vocals. Alan White on drum. Oh, okay. I get it now. Alan White. Okay, I want to apologize right now. I haven't had a chance to jump through and really look at most of these records in detail. This is produced by Scott Matthews and Ron Nagel for Proud Port Productions. I have the Do-Rocks album. Those two put out records under the moniker The Do-Rocks. One record on Capitol Records, I'd say 1978, 9-ish. So they produced this. So this is probably new wave kind of stuff. Actually, Coleman was a good friend of Ron Nagel and Scott Matthews. And, they wrote songs like for Barbra Streisand and so many others. So I'm going to definitely check out this. I've never seen this Van Dyke Parks. I like his quirky Warner Brothers stuff from the late 60s into the 70s. Obviously, he worked with the Beach Boys and Brian Wilson. This is kind of a weird cover for a, looks like a Great Shark album without, the big blonde woman on the cover. Great arranger, great composer. He's worked on many albums, including Joanna Newsom, one of her albums where he did all the orchestration and things. And there he is, the great artistic Van Dyke Parks. So I'm going to check this out, definitely. And this is fun, actually. I'm all in on Duke Ellington. So this looks like it's maybe a radio play copy, reissue. This is probably from the 80s, my guess. Yeah, 1989. So anything by, this is a promo copy. Now this next package had a Hello Mazzy thing. And this guy, Ryan Anderson, some of these labels got mixed up, so I apologize. Because you said your favorite track is Cocaine Jesus. That's not on this, so I might have missed this. But RKS, don't know who RKS is. He sent me this pamphlet book, January in San Francisco. January in San Francisco is like any other month in San Francisco. It really is. There's no change in the weather. We don't have like winters down there like most of the rest of the country. By Captain Sancho. So I haven't even opened this. Looks like a small photo book. So, of course, anything to do with San Francisco, I'm into. Now, he put notes on every little piece, so it gives me a little idea what these are about. It's nice to have you in Birmingham. Are you from Birmingham? You put notes on everything. Oh, Birmingham, Alabama. Sorry, not Birmingham, England. Okay. Please keep the videos going for many more years. I will try. Even if you're not from Birmingham, England. Allison is amazing. She's a frontwoman in many bands. Karma. This is a book she put together. It's like another photo book, essay. Karma by Allison Moshart. Kind of an art project. I like multimedia, so I will check these out. This photo book was the origin for this shipment. I was going to send you this book, but I added more to make it more worthwhile endeavor. Thank you. Of course, this is something I need in my collection. All San Francisco. I've never seen this book. This is pictures from 67 to 68 in San Francisco. When was this published? Maybe I'm in this book. Maybe myself as a child. That's the photographer. Oh, artist Rick Griffin, who did a lot of the posters. I know kind of the time period, and there's a certain look that the Hate had. The people, the architecture, San Francisco, Bank America on Hate. That's on Hate Street, I believe. So anyway, thank you for this. This is cool. I will jump into it. Literally, I just opened this up. So thank you, Ryan, for this series. Greatly appreciate it. And lastly, I got a package from someone who reached out to me from Germany, and that's Peter from Basement 45. He has a shop in Germany, and he sent me a series of records. And he did text me, inbox me at Instagram. I'm at Mazzy's Music on Instagram, and he described all these records because he didn't include a note on it. I'd like to get a little background, if possible, why people are sending this, what's their not their motivation, but why do they think I'm going to like this music, or what do they want to turn me on to? And he said, I like to turn someone on to records they probably have never heard before. And I appreciate that. And sometimes you gravitate to something and sometimes you don't. And all four, sent me 4 albums here. And these are albums, I'd say all from some from the last year or two, some up to 4 years ago, give or take. I think 2016 is the earliest here. And these are German artists. These are, I think one might be from Denmark. And these are all pretty much audiophile centric records, really well recorded, some acoustic, some jazz. Easy, not really out there or avant-garde or edgy at all. And this one is a limited edition of 500, and this is Fugslag, Ulf Meyer, and Martin Wind. Gabriel Wartizki, cover art, photo montage, not actually more of a photo, multi-exposure or digitally processed. I don't know. I try to guess these things, but it's not for me to guess. It doesn't matter. It's just the artwork, the beauty of it. This is number 341 out of 500, limited edition. He sent me a lot of these records, all signed or a signed card in it, because he likes to buy it from the artist directly. All these are available through Bandcamp, and then sell in a store, I believe, or send away, turn people onto, like he did here. A beautiful duet of guitar and contrabass, and again, really well recorded, and just an easy, really nice, lovely record. This is Nils Wolgrim. Album's called Muse. This is a portrait of his daughter, apparently, signed by the artist. I don't love this cover. I don't think it really fits the music. I think I like this because it's a late night, early Sunday morning, very kind of neoclassical. Now, he plays trombone and writes the pieces, and it's not, that trad jazz trombone thing. It's very, very easy, very low key. And this is a moody record. Also has alto sax, viola, some overtone singing, and a harp. And it's ethereal, moody, massage-like record. I use that a lot. I don't know if that's not really a genre, but that kind of easy, ambient sort of, it's a record that can put you to sleep, and not in a way of boringness, but it relaxes you. It takes all the stress from you and soaks yourself with musical pleasure. Boy, that really came out well, didn't it? But I do like this record. I think this is my favorite because it's the most unexpected of this set. Axel Fischbacher Trio, Bebop Sketches. This is a jazz trio right here. They do a Johnny Mercer song. They do Sonny Rollins, Mancini, Johnny Mercer song, an Ornette Coleman song, and a Miles Davis Blue and Green is what they close out. 7 songs on the album. This is a guitar-based trio, electric guitar, doing these jazz covers. It's in the mode a little bit of a Wes Montgomery, Barney Kessel, Bill Frisell a little bit. And it's not edgy at all. It's just really smooth. It's more of a smoothie jazz type of thing, but lovely record, really well recorded again. It's Axel, I guess, Fischbacher signed it in this copy. And this is the last one. This is the Frederick Vilmo Quartet. This is live in Copenhagen, Norwegian band, as I understand. He's the drummer, and this is featuring Thomas Frank, who is a tenor sax player. I have not listened to this one yet. This is the only one of this series that I haven't jumped into and listened. It's a double album, recorded live, and this is from 2019. And this is on Music and Records. So thank you, Peter, for these 4 records. I will jump into these as I can and get into them a little more. So in closing, let me say I'm very thankful for everything around, all the music, all the viewers, and you, maybe you over there. Greatly appreciated. And this is some music. If you know more about this music, let me know. But as I go through them and as I digest all this amazing music, potentially amazing music, and it's always depending on taste and interest. And some things I'll keep, some things I'll pass forward to other people who may be very interested in them. But again, greatly appreciated, and thank you for watching. And stand by for the rain parka explanation. Ooh, it's a look. This is like a fashion statement. I feel like I'm on the runway in Paris. Okay, my mail carrier last night, it showed up last night. It was a bit rainy, and I got 4 of these packages. Okay, this is the 4th one. This is a poncho. It's a rain poncho. It's a friggin' green plastic. I think you wear these at Niagara Falls or something. In Seattle, I don't think I've ever seen. With all the rain here, I've never seen anyone wear one of these. But check this out. Does this show? If that didn't show well, I'm going to do a cutaway, an insertion. This is a Bob Dylan rain poncho. What the? So I get 4 of these. 4 of these arrive, and they're from the Bob Dylan official store, Laverne, Tennessee. 4 of them. And it says on the invoice or the little attachment inside, oh, it's plastic in plastic in plastic. I mean, come on. I'm gonna get a little shout out to the Bob Dylan, the Bob Dylan people, the Bob Dylan merch store. Kind of a waste. First of all, sending me 4. I did pre-order the 10 LP Time Out of Mind box set. I'm so excited. And then I thought, God, I woke up at 4 in the morning thinking, did I order 4 of these by mistake? And these are gifts. So I guess these are gifts for people who ordered items from the direct store. If you got one, let me know. I'm really curious. But 4? I haven't ordered anything from the store probably in a year or 2 directly from the store. I don't buy stuff usually. But that's a limited edition. Look, you can see my t-shirt bleeding through here, but look at this. But 4 of them, come on, Bob Dylan people. Where's your environmental, come on, really? There we go, see? 4. So anyway, thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Now I can walk out in the rain. It's a foggy day here in Seattle, no rain today. Thanks for watching. I thank you all for commenting and supporting the channel. Please click that subscribe button and click the like button. All of us who do these things ask you that because it helps out, gets more eyeballs on it. And hard rain's gonna fall here. Didn't Dylan cover the song that, is a Willie Nelson song, Poncho and Lefty? No, I don't think Willie Nelson wrote it. Someone's gonna tell me that it's Guy Clark or someone like that, but Poncho and Lefty, so get it? So here we go. See ya next time. Enjoy Record Store Day and anything else that's coming up. Happy holidays.